everyone, Prestissima here. Today, we're going to learn a beautiful song called Aloha Oe. It was written by the Princess Liliʻuokalani before she became the last queen of Hawaii. In this song, we're going to make the piano sound like an ukulele or like a guitar. Let's get started. All right, so Aloha Oe is in the key of blank major. All right, let's take a look at our key signature. We have one sharp, right? F sharp. And we know that the G major scale, oh, where'd my pencil go? Oh, there it is. The G major scale has one sharp, F sharp. So this is the key of G major. All right, time signature is 4/4, meaning we have 4 beats per measure. The quarter note gets the beat. And we notice right off that we have a pickup measure, right? Because there's only one beat there in that measure. I already see some subdivisions, right? We're going to subdivide the eighths and sixteenths as well. So that's going to be fun. Yep, some eighths and sixteenths there. So we will subdivide down as small as the 16th note. All right, here's something interesting to notice. Our melody is going to be on our right hand, but in the bass clef. So we're going to start down here in our right hand, okay? And notice we are going to see the harmony in the left hand. It's going to start here, right? But then we're going to cross over into the treble clef. We're going to cross our left hand over, okay? And we're going to see that a lot. We see this right hand melody, and we see this left hand kind of crossing over the melody. Kind of cool. Let's start with the right hand melody, okay? So I'm going to start down here in the bass clef, right? With our one finger on the D, and I will count off 3, and we'll come in on 4. And don't forget, we have F sharps all throughout, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. All right, I'm going to go back and I'm going to play the 1 there again, just like before, right? 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 and. Now, I don't know if you noticed it the first time, but here I'm playing 3, and then I'm going to stretch my 2 finger down so that I can play 1 here. Okay, I did that the first time too. So I played 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, and then stretch down to 2, 1. Okay, now I'll go ahead and write it in so I remember. 2 here. I'll put it up here too. Okay, 1. Okay, now it's a little different. So 3, 4, and oops, F sharp. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so they actually wrote in some fingerings for us. Easy enough. 3, 2, 1. So we start on the 3 finger, and then we go 4 finger, and then up to 5. Good, ending on 3 there. Okay, good. Now we notice that our right hand jumps up to the treble clef, okay? So after this, we're going to go on the and of 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And up here, right, with our 1 finger. So here we're going to jump up to that treble clef now with the right hand. So we were down here in the bass clef, but now we're going to come up on the and of 4 to the D, right? So 4 and then we have 2 finger on the E, right? And then I'm going to keep stretching my fingers. I'm going to play 3 and then 5, okay? And it's a little bit of a stretch, so I'm going to write it in. Oops, isn't that kind of weird? Okay, so that's a 3, and I'm going to play a 5 there. So, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Stretch. 2, 1. Okay, I like 2, 1. So 2, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and okay, so I'll play 1, 3, 5 back to 2 or 3, and then in the next measure I have that F sharp, right? So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. Okay, notice we change fingers. 4, 3, 5, 5, and then I'll come down to 4 on that B, and 2, and maybe 2 here, and now stretch a little to that 1. Okay, I like that. I'll put 4. I'm going to put in little reminders for myself because there's a lot of notes here. So 4, 2, and then 1, right? See, we're figuring out all our fingerings by ourselves. 2 and 3 and 4. And okay, so this looks like this, right? 2, 3, 5, right? And then stretch 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 5. Okay, so it looks a lot like here, just that they did eighth notes instead. And then, okay, ignore all these for now. So the melody is 5, B, G, and then F sharp. Okay, watch the rhythm here, right? It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, right? Okay, good. So you're going to hold that quarter note or that whole note all the way through the measure. And then you're also going to play, right, that chord. So that's pedaled. So you're going to play it, but then you can move your hand to play this chord and then play this chord. 1, 3, 5 and 1, 3, 5. Okay, that was fun. All right, now let's look at the left hand. So the left hand's fun. It starts here in this measure, and then we jump back and forth between the bass clef and the treble clef. And notice, we're going to have pedaling all throughout this piece, right? So they gave us some approximations of where we're going to pedal and where we're going to lift. But you have to use your ears to see if you want to pedal and lift there. So once it starts to sound a little bit muddy, right? Like let's say I just held it down. Okay, it's starting to all slide together, right? So that's why we want to lift the pedal so that we don't have that sound all melding into each other. So we might play, and then we might lift, right? And then now it's clean again. So you don't want it to all get muddy, is what we call it, when all the notes start to sound kind of stuck together, okay? So use your ears and decide where you want to lift that pedal and where you want to put it back down, okay? While we learn the notes, I won't pedal, but once you've learned the notes, you can decide where you want to pedal. We're also going to notice that almost all of these chords in the left hand that we're playing up here in the treble clef are rolled. We see that little squiggly line, right? So instead of just playing them stacked like that, we're going to give them a little roll, right? That little tiny wrist action so that we hear them a little bit separate and then they'll play together at the end. Right? Cool, huh? So instead of playing them just stacked all at once, a little tiny roll. Okay? That'll be fun. So let's take a look at this left hand. Now, it's kind of reminiscent of that whole stride thing, right? Where we're going to play this low note, and then we're going to come up and play this roll chord. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and play 5 for all these bottom notes. So come down to that C, and then jump up, right? And then jump down to the G, and then jump up for the chord. 2 in a row, right? Okay. And make sure you're counting because it's 4, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now coming back down to the D here. 1, jump up. I'm going to play 1, 2, and 4, 5 here. Okay. Oops, F sharp. Woohoo! Don't forget your F sharps. Okay, we're in G major. Back down here. 1, 2, 5. And then sometimes your eyes are going to get a little bit confused because we see all these other notes, right? So keep your eye on this bass note down here and the chords up here. So D, and then I'm going to play 1, 3, 5, and then we did that one here, right? All right, let's keep going. And then we have G, 5, right? Down to the C, 1, 3, 5 again, G. I like 1, 2, 5 here, and then 1, 3, 5, and then here, this is actually right hand, right? So it's just going to be silent for left hand. So coming back down here, up here, okay? It's a little bit of a game to find where we're playing. D, and then up here, right? G, and then up here. Okay, and then silent for the rest of the left hand. Let's keep going. So now the melody has jumped up here, right? Aha! This gets more and more fun for the left hand. So now we're going to play them as eighth notes. So just make sure you're counting, right? So it's 1. And this is why the pedal is important, because we want to keep hearing that note, right? We want to keep hearing that C. But once we lift our hand, we wouldn't hear it, right? So we're going to play that and then we're going to come up here. Okay. See how it sounds kind of different? And then you can lift where you want to whenever it starts to sound muddy. Okay? And then you keep going. You're going to play all of these, okay? So make sure you practice them slow. This is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? All right, then we have the G, right? And you're going to hit that pedal, but for now I'll do it without so we can hear all the notes cleaner. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? Then we go to just quarter notes, a little bit easier. 1 and 2 and, remember the F sharp, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, so remember this is going to be the left hand. All this melody is the right hand. Okay, this is right hand, so come over here. Back to those eighth notes, right? So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we have the next measure starting on G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. And then back to our quarter notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then we're going to be pedaling so you can lift your hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you'll notice that there's a fermata, so these chords go together, right? So we have, and the right hand's going to be the same chord, right? And then, well, a little bit different on the right hand, but okay, and then you can hold that for as long as you like and then lift together. All right, does that fun rolled chord sound in the left hand sound like an ukulele? Like strings? That's the sound we're looking for. Oh, and notice we're also playing these notes, these chords in different inversions. So this is a C major chord that we're going to play in different inversions, in different orders. So we start on C, and then we play C, E, G, right? And then we play E, G, C, same notes, and then G, C, E, same notes again, C, E, G, E, G, C. They're the same notes, just a different order, G, C, E, okay? So we managed to play the same 3 notes in different inversions. All right, and now we're gonna go to this G major chord, right? G, G, B, D, that's G, B, D, but then we're gonna play it here, B, D, G, right? The same 3 notes, but in a different order. Then we have D, G, B, then G, B, D again. So it's the same notes over and over, just in a different order, in different inversions. All right, so you're gonna practice your right hand with that melody, then you're gonna practice your left hand with all those fun string sounding rolled chords, and then you're gonna put them together, right? And you're gonna figure out how they fit together since you have that hand crossing action. So figure out where they all go. So you put your hands together, and then you can add the okay? So the pedal's a whole new world of fun. And as soon as it starts to sound a little bit muddy to your ear, you're going to pick up that pedal, release it, and then place it again. And you can experiment with that until it sounds beautiful to your ears and you're making beautiful music. So today we learned a beautiful song from Hawaii called Aloha Oe, and we got to experiment with some very string sounding roll chords and playing with the sustain pedal. So keep practicing all your songs, sing while you play, and memorize everything. Prestissima out!